Hello everyone. Today we're going to trade with the MACD indicator and obviously we're going to use the technical analysis. I'm going to start with a small amount of money of $15 and I will try to make it to $6,000. So be sure to watch this video to the end because probably you will like this method of trading and you will use it in your trading. But if you still want to get profitable trading signals from me, just send me the code team to my private messages in Telegram. I will add you to my closed Telegram channel, so we're going to make money together. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, leave a comment and press the bell. And now we'll find the first entry point. This indicator is represented at the bottom of the screen and consists of a green and red moving averages, as well as a histogram and red and green columns. When the green line crosses the red one from bottom to top and a green histogram is formed, we see that the price is showing good growth. That is, at such a crossing of the moving averages, we can open a trade for a raise. The price moves down, and in such a case, we see that the moving averages intersect from top to bottom. That is, the green line goes down and red histogram is formed. In such a case, we can open a trade for a fall. Also, in the case with a sideways trend, we see that the moving averages often intersect with each other. That is, the indicator doesn't give us signals as such. And we will avoid such cases as much as possible and look for more obvious price movements. There are the main points that we will need in our trading today, and I suggest we start and find the first entry point. Here we had a slight upward movement, but at the moment a red impulse candle appears on the chart and the indicator tells us that the price has a good potential for a decline. Therefore, we open a trade for a fall here, as I think the price will move down in the near future. Also, the price maximum turned out to be much lower than the previous one. At the same time, the price had previously moved down quite impulsively and mainly with red candles. And after a strong pullback up, we see that the price met resistance, so it's more likely that the price will move down in the near future. So let's wait for the result of our trade. The price continues to move down and here we make a profit. In this case, the indicator gives us a good entry point and helped us make money on the first trade. And 1 minute was perfect for us, so let's continue and find the next entry point. Here we have a resistance level on the top, and at the moment the price before reaching this level made a rebound downwards. Here I suggest opening a trade for a fall because on the indicator we see that the moving averages intersect. Also, earlier, having touched this level, the price has already rebounded down several times. And this time we saw a reaction and the price turned around and showed a strong decline. It tells us that the price has a good potential to decrease. And now we already have a large post red candle on the chart. So let's wait for the result. The price continued to move down and here we make a profit. Thus, the indicator gives us a good entry point and helped us make money. So let's continue and look at some more working cases. Here the price moves in an uptrend and after a pullback down, the price shows an increase. Here I open a trade for a raise because on the indicator we see that the green line goes up. And so we understand that the price has a good potential for growth. Also, the price is moving up, mainly with green candles. And after a strong downward pullback, the price makes an upward impulse and is already moving above our entry points at the moment. I think that in the near future, the price will continue to move up the uptrend, so let's wait for the result. The price shows a slight increase and thus our trade closes above the entry point and here we make a profit. The indicator turned out to be right and gave us a good entry point. The time of the trade was chosen correctly here, so let's continue. The price met the resistance level and is pulling back down. In such a case, we will open a trade for a fall. Since the moving averages have crossed on the indicator, we understand that the price has a good potential for a decrease. Earlier, the price made a strong pullback downwards and then continued to move in an uptrend. Therefore, I think that even now the price will initially show some kind of decrease and only then will continue its growth. So we will try to make money on such a downward pullback, so let's see how our trade closes. The price is moving clearly according to our scenario and shows a good decrease. Thus, we made a profit again. And our deposit has already increased from the initial amount by more than 10 times. This is a great result, so I suggest we continue and consider some other trading cases. Here, the price is moving in an uptrend, and after a pullback down, the price continues to grow. And on the indicator, we see a green histogram and the intersection of lines. Therefore, we open a trade for a raise here. Also, earlier the price moved up mainly with green candles, and after a small trade, the price continued its growth. And after the pullback down, we see the past green candles on the chart. So it's more likely that in the near future, the price will continue to move up in an uptrend. Now the price is already showing good growth, so let's wait for the result. Our trade closes in plus and we made a profit. The indicator didn't let us down again and suggested a good entry point, and 1 minute here was just perfect for us. So let's continue and look for some other working cases. We have an uptrend here, and after a pullback down, green candles are formed on the chart. The indicator shows that the price has potential for growth. Therefore, we open a trade for a raise here. There's still a long distance to the last price maximum. At the same time, we see a large number of pulse green candles on the chart. Therefore, I think that in the near future, the price will still show growth. The price is showing growth and we make a profit here. In this case, the indicator turned out to be right again and gave us an excellent entry point. So let's continue and see what the market case is next. Here we'll have a downtrend. The price pulls back up and then a past red candle appears on the chart. In such a case, we open a trade for a fall because the indicator makes it clear that the price has the potential to decrease. At the same time, the main price highs on the chart become lower. And after a strong pullback of the price up, the price makes a U-turn and goes down with an impulse. Therefore, I think that in the near future, the price will continue to move down in a downtrend. So let's wait for the result. The price shows a decrease and here we make a profit. Thus, we already have $2,000 on the deposit. We are confidently approaching our trading goal for today, and I think that a couple more trades will be quite enough for today. So let's find the next entry point. Here the price is moving in the downtrend and the price went down by impulse but then turned around and is currently moving up. And on the indicator we see a green histogram and the moving averages are connected. In such a case we open a trade for a raise because after a strong drop on the chart, a reaction quickly occurred and the price goes up with an impulse. Above, we have an area where the price has been moving sideways for a long time, and I think that in the near future the price will continue to move up and will approach this area. So let's wait for the result. The price shows a slight increase and thus we make a profit. In this case, the indicator didn't let us down and helped us make money. So let's continue and look for another trading case. Here the price went up with an impulse, and at the moment after a slight pullback the price continues to move up. Here I propose to open a trade for a raise since the moving averages are crossing on the indicator. That is, the indicator makes it clear that the price has the potential to grow. Here the price has a resistance level that hasn't yet managed to break through, and I think that now we will have a breakthrough because here we have some kind of compression of this level and it tells us that the price has a good potential for growth. I think that in the near future the price will continue to move up in an uptrend, so let's wait for the result. The price goes up and our trade closes in plus and we make a profit here. Thus, we already have $7,000 on the deposit. The trading goal is fulfilled for today, so I fix the profit and leave the market. So in this video, we traded using the MACD indicator and as well as technical analysis. all situations have proved themselves perfectly, and you can use this in your trading also and make money with it. With the right experience and certain knowledge, you will definitely succeed. I hope you enjoyed this method of trading and you're going to use it in your trading. But I want to remind you that I share my profitable trading signals with you. The only thing you have to do is just send me the code word team to my private messages on Telegram, and I will add you to my closed Telegram channel where we're going to make money together. I will give you instructions. You will follow it. That is very simple. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, leave a comment, and press the bell. See you soon. Bye bye.